IVF Real Talk.
I'm Lucy.
And I'm Yaelle. Welcome back, guys.
Welcome back, guys. It's us today. We're doing a topic episode. Now we're going to do a little Stephen Bartlett intro.
Do it.
You kick it off.
Okay. So
we don't do this well. We don't do this well.
We don't do it as well as him, but we do love doing what we're doing. And to keep, the wheels going and to keep us
and to support us and help us.
And support us. Can you please rate, review,
follow
subscribe?
if you're not following us. Follow us on Instagram. Follow the show. Share this episode if you like this episode.
Yeah, we hear all of this helps get further reach and it helps us. And also any comments, we get doctors on all the time and even passing on comments to them of an episode you've loved.
Yeah, we love hearing the feedback.
And we love it, yeah. So anyway, that's a bit
we've done that. Tick, we've done that. We've done that now, so that's good.
All right, so what are we doing today?
Today's episode is a little bit different, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you nervous? I'm a little bit nervous.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be talking about our diary entries, journals, sharing our vulnerable inner thoughts.
Yeah, we both had our Instagram pages.
Yeah, I documented a lot on there.
Yeah, me too. But also I feel like we both had a journey before that too. So there's parts from all facets. But yeah, we just thought it'd be nice to share our inner dark thoughts.
You know why I think this is nice? I think I would see people on the other side and I would think, did they ever have any negative thoughts? Maybe, I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I think it's nice to see where everyone has started,
Yeah. And also you guys don't know us from back then. So it's, it's a way we can tap into our struggles as well.
Yeah, I'm a little bit scared though. Do you want to kick us off? Me?
Okay, do you want me to kick off?
Yes, please.
All right.
And by the way, so this is some of your personal journals, is it?
Yeah.
Or is it like your Instagram?
So it's a mix of everything. And then I just sort of I wanted to try and put it in some sort of timeline as well as to where I was at. And I think we'll check in where we're at with them as we share them.
A little timeline, so
And I've just sort of put them in a way that kind of makes sense, right? But some of them were posts, some of them were stories, some of them were me journaling in my gratitude book or just writing down things. What about yours?
Yeah, same. A bit of a mix. I have a quote in there as well that I liked. So a real mix of things.
And we haven't heard each other's either, so.
No. Or maybe I've seen it on your Instagram.
You might have, yeah. Some of these stuff.
On our IVF Instagrams. But yeah, you kick us off. You go.
So this was back in April of 2020. So it's kind of.
April 2020. Wow.
Yeah, so
a month after lockdown. You would have been feeling isolated.
Yeah. And it was sort of maybe a year and a half before I actually got my positive pregnancy. So just to give you a bit of timeline. All right. So it says, today was my third ultrasound. I was lying there for what felt like forever while the sonographer kept looking and then had to get someone else to come in. It was a 45-minute internal. I was crying for most of it. The whole time I just kept thinking, I already know, we all know. It's the hardest part. It's not even not knowing anymore. It's knowing this pregnancy isn't viable, but still having to carry on while my body and my doctors catch up. Booked in next week for another scan. 4 weeks of waiting and all these symptoms feel so cruel. Because of COVID, every appointment feels so lonely too. I just want this to be over, but at the same time, I don't want to let go because once it's over, it's really over. I never imagined you could be wishing for something to end while also wishing for it to have never, to keep going.
Oh, I'm already going to start crying this episode.
Yeah. So that was my second miscarriage. Off our first IVF cycle.
And did you write that day after the scan?
Yeah.
You went home and you journaled?
It was the most horrific ultrasound scan I had ever had.
I remember 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Why was it so long?
And she just ignored me the whole time.
Why?
at this point I had 2 ultrasounds elsewhere, and the hospital, because I ended up now at the early pregnancy centre, and they were like, your reports aren't like how we do them. So this now became my 3rd. And I just had a sonographer that I don't think she kind of, I'm not going to say she didn't know what she was doing, because she obviously did, but she just couldn't get a gauge on where the pregnancy was at. But she just also didn't say anything. And it was, that awful.
You were by yourself, yeah, because Lawan couldn't come in?
He was actually in for the ultrasound, but he couldn't come into the early pregnancy. So he was there for the ultrasound. And I remember saying, she walked out of the room and I was hysterical. And he's like, it's okay, it's nearly over. I'm like, it's not over. And she's digging, and it was really hard. And then she came with a senior sonographer, and I was just hysterical. And I'm like, why do we have to even do this? We all know, like, I've been told by 2 other. So, yeah, so it was just the pits.
Were you crying writing that in your journal?
Yeah. I would have been crying for days on end. Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
I didn't know you documented all of this on a journal as well, because you were very open on your socials.
Spoke more on my socials, and my actual post didn't have as much detail.
Yes.
But, yeah, I had bits and pieces everywhere.
I think it's good to get it out.
Yeah. And some days, like, I look back at it now and I'm like, I don't even remember, like,
remember those words and those thoughts and stuff.
Yeah. Like, obviously I remember it, but not to me being that person writing it out there. Okay, let's throw over to Lou now. Should we do this back and forth?
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's nice.
Okay, so this was 29th of May 2021, so about a year and a half before my success. It was, oh my God. The post is going to say everything. Okay. And just like that, it's over. I got the call this morning from the embryologist. Out of our 4 eggs, 3 were immature and 1 didn't fertilize overnight. It hurts so bad. Our fertility specialist called to let me know my eggs were dark in colour, and she isn't sure why my body didn't respond well to stims. I have a normal AMH levels and I'm 31 years old. She has recommended a laparoscopy. I have been dealing with the pain for my endo for 2 weeks out of the month for a long time now, and it's time to heal my body. And now I have conquered my fear of going under, and I'm looking forward to not letting endo control my life. Grateful to have some more insight and today's technology, one step at a time. I'm shocked how positive I was.
I am too.
Because I always think that I was really negative, and then I go back and read this and I'm like,
beautiful post.
I'm like, oh wow, I'm great. I'm actually saying I'm grateful for more insight in today's technology.
That's right. That
actually surprised
me too.
Yeah.
I probably would have liked it and commented on it at the time. But I agree. Isn't that funny how we
because I think you remember the really, really hard moment of getting that call.
Yep.
But then you forget what follows.
Yes, it just
forget
becomes
what
a blur.
follows.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you're up next.
But
what have you
it's
got
just funny,
next?
the perceptions of what we have of ourselves.
This is reminiscent to go back and
it is.
to do this. It's so weird because I was 31. I'm like 37. This is weird. This is weird.
It's weird. It is weird. Okay, so where am I at? That's the one I just did. Okay. So this is, I think, maybe a couple of months before the last post. Mm-hmm. And it's me. Okay, so I'll just read it out. I need to vent today. One of my friends who I know loves me just doesn't get it. She was telling me I should try meal replacements because she knows someone who stopped trying, focused on their health, and then they got pregnant. She sells it, so it was a hard selling tactic.
No, we're not the one.
I know. It was this takes
tragic.
me back. I do love you still, but it takes me back. She's not listening anyway, but still. I know she was trying to help, but this is like the 3rd or 4th time. Today I finally had to say, please stop. I'm listening to my specialist right now. I told her that having a baby is my number 1 priority and that I need her to respect where I'm at. She already has her kids I don't think she understands how desperate I am to have mine. It wasn't even the advice that upset me. It was feeling like my boundaries weren't being heard. I don't need people to fix this. I just need them to understand how hard this really is. And I remember this. I don't know if you had friends or, anyone knows, but there was like this time back then where people were selling, and it's kind of like a pyramid thing. So like if you sell to me, then you get another person on your feed.
Yeah. Pyramid scheme.
Yeah. And it was all part of that. And this person went into she just became this complete different person. I'd get these random like copy paste messages in my inbox. And
is she a school friend or like a close friend?
Yeah, so a school friend. So
a close friend?
Or, yeah. Long-time friend. And I'd get them and then we'd all get them. And it was and I'm all for supporting people doing something.
But don't tie it into the journey.
But this is something that affects my journey. So I'm not I can't support it. That's all.
100%.
Not right now. I support what you're doing. And I even had a friend that was trying to lose weight and I referred her to so I was supporting just differently. Right. But I just had been told I couldn't meal replacements were not a fertility specialist recommendation.
No, it never will be. It never will be. Yeah.
And I wasn't buying into it.
Yeah.
But it just got to the point where I had said it once gently, no, sorry, X, this isn't, for me. Then I'd get another message. Hey, it's been forever. How are you? So blah, blah. And I'd be like, I've said no once. I got to the point where I think I said about 10 no's to this message.
Oh, that's too pushy.
And it became really aggressive, like a real aggressive sale. And then it got to the point where, she was trying to tell me that so-and-so this and so-and-so. I went to a conference and there was a lady that spoke and, and I'm like, yeah, okay, great. It worked for her, but it's not much. Yeah. So I actually had to send a really long, and it's not like
you. Yeah. When you were reading that, I was like, I
actually had to put it. And I remember Luan was like, just delete her, block her, do something.
But she would have been frustrating you because it's like she's pushing on you. Yeah. And and you've told her once.
Yeah. And I had told her over the phone too. I can't.
And she has, and like you said, she has her children.
And she had 2 girls.
Yeah.
And it just was we're at different stages in life and And that was also hard in itself anyway. I already felt left behind. The train had gone and just back off.
Yes.
So I was really hurt by it.
Wow.
Yeah.
You never posted that on socials. Yeah, that was just a personal one?
Yeah, that was just one of me venting at home because my friends are on my socials too.
yes. Can't put up a post there. Yeah. The next one I have was the next day. So obviously I got zero embryos, 0 fertilized eggs. So I said yesterday was hard. I was still sore and bloated from egg retrieval, and it was hard to hear the bad news that soon. For some reason, my instincts told me my first round wasn't going to work. I was 99% sure it wouldn't, and I was fine with that. I just know I needed to start somewhere. I did think my eggs would be fine. I would get plenty and they would be mature. I was more worried about getting embryos. I am still so confused. I have so many questions and I'm so worried I wasn't able to make it to the next stage, the stage that most people make it to. It hurts. It's killed my hope. I couldn't imagine going through a back-to-back round. I hope one day I can look back and everything will make sense. My God, it's just weird because I'm going back now reading this and it does make sense. It does make sense now. All I can focus on is the next step. Maybe my body needs the endosurgery first. 2.5 months ago, I got a stomach ulcer. It took me 8 weeks to recover from due to taking painkillers for my endo pain. That was a sign. Yeah. Bloody hell, was that a sign? Wasn't it? Maybe that was a sign to stop masking the problem and fix it. P.S. This is so random. This part's so random. P.S. I've been thinking of getting a puppy. We currently don't have any pets. And then I posted a photo with their little puppy.
Oh, you're too cute.
Oh, this is really weird going back to reading
It is
these.
weird. And it's even weird for me to read it back because so often in the podcast we talk about stuff and you refer to how negative and, you know, hard it was for you, but you're so positive in that post. Like,
but you know what's weird about this post? I did think my first IVF round was going to work, but then I'm saying it wasn't. So it's like I'm almost lying to myself a little bit to protect myself.
Yeah, and that's it. And that's, I think, with these diary entries or these journals, sometimes we are protecting ourselves within our post as well.
Like you're not telling
really,
the real
the
real thing. Like the puppy thing at the end is so mean to drop this weird spin on it. Like, let's change the subject and talk about a puppy. I love it. But I didn't really want a puppy.
Came.
I didn't. The puppy never came. I'm allergic to dogs and cats, so that was never going to come. But
look how and it's so, it just goes to show how we can, in social media, it's the highlights. What do they call it? Like
the highlight reel.
Even in your shittiest day, you're still trying to have you still found bits to make it not as bad. At Monash IVF, there are people behind the science, specialists, nurses, and care teams who take the time to listen, explain, and truly support their patient.
They understand that every fertility journey is different, emotionally, physically, and practically.
Monash IVF is here to help patients understand their options, feel informed, and decide what's right for them.
Care that's expert, human, and centred on the people going through it.
Search monashivf.com/IVF Real Talk to speak with an experienced fertility nurse and take your next steps with confidence today. So, but
it's just so funny. I said I was confused and I look back and I hope this makes sense. And now it does make sense. Even though I hate when people say that to me, but now it does make sense.
Yeah.
All right, you're next. What have you got next? You've titled these.
Yeah, just so I knew where I was at.
Oh, okay. I thought that was the title in your actual diary. I was like, that's pretty impressive.
No.
She's going to make a book one day, guys.
Another failed transfer happened 6 times. So
I know.
It's a pretty shit title.
It's a lot of entries for you, you poor thing. Bloody hell.
But yeah, this one, I can't remember which of the 6 it is. But yeah, this was after one of my failed transfers and potentially it could have been one of the later ones.
Okay.
I had such a hard day today, another failed transfer. Work was really hard because one of my friends is pregnant and we were actually meant to be pregnant together.
Oh, this is your work friend?
Yeah.
Okay.
Her bump is really starting to show now. I'm honestly so happy for her. I really am. But every time I see her, it's just another reminder that I'm not. I keep thinking, what if this never happens to me? What if everyone was wrong when they say your time will come? I hate that my brain goes there, but it does. I just keep asking myself what's wrong with me and what am I meant to do next? I just wish someone could give me an answer. And I always wanted someone to just tell me what to do.
Yes, yeah, same. Yeah. What's the next thing? Tell me the right thing. The world needs to lead me to the right place.
Yeah.
Is it surgery? Is it transfer? Is it not IVF? What is it? What am I missing? Yeah.
How many supplements? Am I missing one?
Yeah.
Is it,
what's the one
is it the
magic
right
fix?
Yeah.
Oh, that's hard.
What's that one?
I feel like that was a real inner, honest.
Yeah.
Because you admitted the bump was getting hard for you to see. Yeah. You admitted that
and it was
you
daily
felt like
reminder,
it was never going to happen.
But after a transfer, it was just like, fuck.
Oh, yeah. So the next one I've got is literally probably like a week later. Because this first IVF round, I took off work and I told a few friends. So I woke up to a few messages from my work colleagues wishing me well for transfer day. I hadn't told them things didn't work out yet. I had to let them know. It's hard putting the words into a text. One of my colleagues' responses was to keep going until you were told not to. Even then, if you're still breathing, keep going. I really like this. So much better than the typical annoying advice we get. I will cry tonight, but today I am going to do all the little things that bring me joy. So glad I am on annual leave for a little while longer. I think that's the one good thing about taking leave.
Yes.
If you're going through IVF, if it doesn't work, you don't have to face the day, the routine. You can just do whatever you want.
Yeah. You can
which is
heal
nice.
The way you want. I like that post. I think I remember you doing that post.
That was, a year and a half before my success, that one. Oh, it takes me back. I remember them. Yeah, I do. I remember where I was, when people were checking in, I was driving and I pulled over and I remember, and then having to text that. Oh, that sucks when you have to give the update. I hate that. It's the worst part.
It's the worst. And when you have too many people.
And when they're hopeful and positive and happy for you, and then you have to say it didn't work, and then it's just, it hurts so much to write it down, because then you're kind of accepting it then, that it hasn't worked.
Yeah. Once you've written it, you're like,
it's finalised.
Up until then you can just sort of pretend it didn't happen or sweep it under the carpet or... Yeah.
And that's, I think, the good thing about not telling anyone. You don't get that follow-up. It's like a perks of not telling people.
Yes, absolutely. And I learnt that the hard way at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because, otherwise you have people like knocking on your door basically on the day of, and it's like, well, I don't even know yet. Just back off.
Yeah, let me process it in my own mind. I haven't even communicated with myself. Let me have a coffee and just process this. Yeah.
So true.
Okay, you go. What have you got next?
What have I got next? This one I think we've spoken about a few times. This is 3 months before my positive, and it's also when I turned 43.
Mm-hmm. This was a hard triggering time for you.
Yeah.
You had your birthday.
Yeah. This was my sixth embryo.
How long before your success was
3
this?
months.
3 months.
Weird when I think about it now.
Yeah, you were only 3 months out.
Yeah, so I was looking back and the dates, and that's why I put all the dates and like labelled them so I knew when we talk about it that in that 3 months so much more had happened than in the year and a half, 2 years prior. Like, it's just weird. But it's crazy. It really is crazy to think, because this was probably the lowest of lows.
I want to hear this.
Okay.
Let's go.
I don't even know what to write today. Another negative embryo, number 6. I've been awake since 4:30 a.m. this morning, just crying. I feel devastated, scared, numb. I keep wondering how many more times I can do this. Every transfer, I let myself imagine maybe this is it. Then somehow I'm right back here again, picking myself up after another one. I know we'll keep fighting for our miracle rainbow baby, because I honestly don't know how to stop. But today I'm just going to let myself be sad. I'm going to feel all the disappointment, the grief, and the loss, and just get through today the only way I know how.
Wow.
And I think I remember putting a post up and I was literally crying. I had lots of messages come through.
I was messaging you that day.
Yeah. And then the next day
I think you've done a crying post.
Yeah.
A crying story.
Yeah.
Because you were so hopeful.
Yes, I really was.
And then I think this was your lowest point, because it all come crashing down kind of thing.
It just hit me. And then the next day was my birthday, and it was just like, fuck off.
Yeah, that's the worst.
I don't want to be 43. I don't actually want a birthday. But
I feel like this is probably one of the first times you actually let yourself be sad. Would you say that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Because
there were moments, like, I was pretty obviously devastated with my miscarriages and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't even think I had control of those. Like, there was no controlling. But in other instances, I had more control. Like, I tried to just keep going. But, this time I fell apart. Yeah. This was the hard part.
Well, you had a lot leading up to that. You had so much leading up to that time. I've just got I posted a quote, and then I just wrote a little bit about the next one. So the quote was, "A single thread of hope is still a very powerful thing." And I wrote, "Sometimes I feel like letting go of hope. If only I could look into the future and have a glimpse confirming everything would work out. I wish I could think logically. I wish I didn't feel my emotions. Like, I could switch into work mode and do what it takes to get through. Please, universe, give me a sign. I need to know the season will come to an end and everything will be okay." Oh, I just remember that day, feeling so low.
Yeah, that post was very beautiful.
And you know what the funny thing is? I remember asking for a sign and I got it the same day. You know how you go so – I don't remember the sign. That's the weird thing. I was scrolling my brain. I'm like, what was the sign?
You just get so –
But I checked my comments, and I even said someone commented me saying, "I hope you get your sign." And I wrote back and I said, I got my sign today. I got my sign today. Oh, but I just – when you just feel so lost in your journey?
Yes.
And you're like, do I keep going or do I give up?
Yes, when you don't know which lane to take, or left or right, up or down, and you just want a sign.
You just want a sign to keep going, or you just want a little glimpse into the future. Like, you just want
11.
But that's what it's like. Like you have no hope and then the hope comes back and then, it goes up and down, like it's just, and it's confusing. You're so confused and you just wish you could take all your emotions out and just like get through it, just focus, just get through the journey, just get through it. But like it's just,
How far was this?
This was June 2021. So it was about a year and a couple of months.
Yeah.
A year and a couple of months later, it would work for me.
Awesome.
All right, you. Why am I crying today? I'm on the prednisone today, so all the tears are coming out.
But that was a heavy post, I remember.
This is just taking me back there,
Yeah, this is taking us back there. So basically not long after my birthday.
One day after your birthday. Isn't your birthday's 13th of May, so this is the day after your birthday. Would that be right?
I couldn't have been back on.
You probably were.
Yeah, knowing me. Okay. So
you were she was back to back, guys.
I was back to back.
Unless you got the dates wrong.
Unless I've got the dates wrong.
It's probably right. Like when you don't remember, but then when you write it down at the time, it's right. And then you think that can't be the right time. And you're like, oh, actually, it was that time.
Well, this is 3 months before my positive. And actually, it makes sense because I had to do
if it was 3 months before.
Back.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Because it was your transfer and then you done stims.
Yeah. Yes, because I was already lined up with Charlie. That makes sense. Okay. I forgot how much I hate stims. Every night it's another injection. Every morning I'm wondering if my body is doing what it's supposed to do. Then it's off for another blood test or scan, waiting for someone else to tell me if my ovaries are behaving. I feel bloated, emotional, and honestly just exhausted. I don't even know if I'm crying because of the hormones or because this whole process is so bloody hard. It's weird because I'm constantly stuck between hope and fear. 1 minute I'm counting follicles and feeling excited, and the next I'm convinced something's gone wrong. Sometimes I look in the mirror and don't even feel like myself anymore. I just feel like a patient, like my life's an appointment, medication, and waiting. I really hope one day all these injections will just be a distant memory.
Wow. How do you feel today reading that?
It's wild. And there were many times. Look at us two bag of mess today. But how many times did you feel like it, not out of body experience, but I remember thinking, who the fuck am I apart from IVF? Like, where is the old Yaelle?
Oh, it's not there.
Like,
and are you ever going to get it back?
There was no fun. Like, I was just obsessed with trying to get pregnant.
But I think especially you, because you were back to back. I think that's a different level. Remember how I said in my post, I could never think about back to back.
Right, you did.
You were literally back to back.
Yeah,
so
I've gone from a failed transfer to starting stims.
Look at your last two entries.
Yeah.
You went from extreme low and then you were back through it again.
Yeah.
What the heck? Who does that?
Yeah. Yeah, wild.
It's crazy.
But I feel like on this journey you lose yourself. Like you would have too, regardless
100%.
of back to back.
How can you not?
Yeah, and I think that's when I reread that, I was like, fuck, that's right. Like I looked at my life and thought, this isn't like
how was your
physically as well. I was much bigger, the steroids, the immune protocol.
The steroids.
I then my age became this big issue where it never used to. Like all these things. I was like, who am I? Who is this
did you mask it well? Would you go into work and mask it? Would you see your friends and mask it? Would you?
I cried a lot.
Okay.
I cried a lot. Yeah. Especially at work because, I had the two friends that knew. So poor things, I'd go in, they'd ask how transfer failed and, I'd have a
But that's good. I like that you would get it out. Yeah,
I did.
I would mask, pretend everything's fine and then go
Which
and
is
cry.
harder. I feel it's harder. Because
I don't like being vulnerable.
The same on my Instagram. I just cry some days.
Yeah, but that's good. Yeah, I'll do that on my thing, but not on my personal one. But I like when people when people are vulnerable. I think it's good because it gets it out and then you do feel better after you get it out.
Yeah, definitely. Listen to us two crying.
Do you remember this post?
I remember this one. It's going to make me cry.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put a picture up. Okay, so I wrote a letter to my future baby.
I love this one.
I'm going to try and get through this without crying. But I just remember saying, you know what? I want to write a letter to my future baby. I was feeling like a bit hopeful and I just, when you get into that kind of stage and you just, I don't know, it feels nice. Even though it's hard, it feels nice to be there.
Yep.
So I said, "Dear baby, that is in my heart, but not yet in my tummy." Oh my God, I'm going to cry. You might have to read this for me. "Your mum is working hard for you. Your dad has been injecting my tummy with hormones to help bring you home. The scars on my tummy is where I've had an operation to remove all of my endometriosis to be able to help create you. I have been preparing a healthy home for your 9-month stay. I have cut out all my favorite foods, including coffee, pasta, chocolate, and wine. But mummy also has adenomyosis," probably saying that wrong, "and the doctor has said we may need to fight a little harder for you. I know it has already been some time and we may need to wait a little longer, but just know we're not giving up."
You're making me cry. Us too. Are we not even going to get through this episode?
It's just weird. I think
will
of
never forget
Alexia.
that post. Yeah.
I think of Alexia.
And
I'm
you've
like,
got that to show her. Like, I think it's super special.
I think if you can,
struggling. Yeah.
if you can do a post, like do a journal entry like that.
Yeah, if you
can,
have Instagram,
if you can.
don't like. But even a diary, like it wasn't until we started prepping for this episode that it took me back, and I wish I documented a hell of a lot more. Like especially the year before,
Yeah, same.
when I didn't have my page. I wish I at least had a journal for everything. Like
Yeah.
and even if it's just a diary that you like keep to yourself,
Or even notes in your
burn it.
phone.
Yeah, like
notes
that's what
in
I
your
mean,
phone.
notes in your phone, like
Something that no one will ever read. It does feel,
it's
it's so good to get out and to go back to
and
it
to
is
also
the
go
most
back to it.
amazing
That's-
thing.
Yeah, it's that post. I'll never forget that post that you just read out, and I think
Remember
it's
it too.
also absolutely, and I think it's also super special for Alexia, you know?
Yeah.
and for you, like for all of you.
I can't wait to read it to her one day when she
Yeah.
understands.
Yeah,
It's just, it's crazy. I remember writing it and, it's weird. It's weird. And I just remember thinking, like, it's going to be a baby girl. And I didn't care what I was having, but I just
You always
imagine.
knew, yeah.
Would you ever like talk? I know this sounds weird, but would you ever talk to your future baby sometimes?
Yeah, I
Or you
did all
would?
sorts of fucking weird.
Okay, because I done some different woo-woo things.
Yeah, I did all of that.
That was when I was going through that stage.
I talked to every transfer, like every embryo.
Oh, you
as well.
would?
Yeah.
Okay.
The 2-week wait. That's what I mean. Like I loved the 2-week wait till it became not the 2-week
So you would,
wait.
wow,
but
you would do that every transfer?
yeah, I'd always be like, "Come on, I need you to stay with me.
Oh, that's
Mummy and Daddy loves you."
Oh,
and-
I love that.
Yeah.
That's really cute. I do love when people do that, even though it's hard to do.
yeah, and now you got me all teary.
We're meant to go to eat after this. We're going to be like, need to fix our makeup, red eyes.
This is a lot. This is bigger than
I think this is the heaviest episode we've ever done. This is
Yeah,
harder
this
than
is
our
hard.
journeys
Yeah, this is hard.
because we're actually
We're
having to
taking
relive
some
it
really
again.
hard moments. Like I
Yeah.
picked all the really hard posts. I've got some really
Yeah.
good, positive, fun posts, but
Yeah.
they're not really anything, and a lot of protocol posts I used to do. Today I've done.
I loved Yaelle was on the best talking ones.
Yeah.
The best talking, every injection would be on camera, right?
Yeah, I'd film my
And I'm like,
injections
she's so
towards the
brave.
end.
How's she doing this? And you're just talking, just doing it
just
so
talking.
quickly, like
I
a
had-
nurse. I'm like,
I had one girl,
and you'd always be laughing. You'd always be happy. I'm like, whoa, she doesn't get emotional doing it. She's not
well,
scared.
it was my way to do it though. So it's
Yeah.
funny because at first I'd be like, oh, everyone's doing the injections and filming it. And I'm like, I don't think I can do that. But I do a lot of talking through like today I had this or today I had this appointment and I'd be able to do that. But then I wanted to try and record it for myself to have, but then also to explain to people.
We're going to put one up on the screen.
Yeah,
You're
we'll
going to
put
send it
one
to
up.
me and I'll put it up on the screen. Yeah.
But yeah, and I remember there was one girl in the community that was like, oh, you've given me such hope, like, and strength to do this. And I'd be like, and sometimes, it was when people used to do them on that fast speed. And of course, you guys know I talk. And I'd be like, sorry, guys. And I'd get cut off. And hang on, I'm just going to put it back on. And I'd get cut off. And I'd be like, sorry, guys, that was a long injection. I just chewed your ear off through it. And one girl was like, you're hilarious. I love this. Can you do all your injections? And so it was nice and supportive that people would reach out.
You
and
inspired me,
encourage
but I was like, I can't do my own one. But you would just do it so chill. You'd have everything there. You'd be like making jokes, and talking and like just being all bubbly. I'm like, whoa, this girl's amazing.
Yeah.
And you'd have all your little props there. Like you would have all your little things, like all this,
Yeah. They'd have it all set up.
All set up, ready to go.
Ready to go. Except for that one
And your cats were always in the background and stuff.
The cats would always get in the background and annoy me and like shake the camera and I'd be like, sorry guys. But I'll never forget that one time I recorded it and you know how sometimes the needles are so blunt?
Yeah.
And the skin popped.
Yeah,
I was like, and I reacted on it and I was like, sorry guys, that was awful.
You have to send it to me.
I'll have to find it. But yeah. Okay, so what's this entry? This is
and tell us where you're at, like how long until your success with this one. Do you remember?
So this is a 2-week wait on my successful.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to hear this.
Okay.
I want to hear this.
And it's well before HCG.
Okay. So midway, do you reckon?
Yeah. So it's the 2nd of August 2021. And I feel like I found out on the 11th.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. So you're like early in.
Yeah. So early
into this. Yeah.
The 2-week wait is hard enough, but doing it in lockdown feels impossible. I feel like my whole life has become IVF. The only place I've been are the fertility clinics, blood tests and acupuncture. That's it.
Literally.
Normally I fill my calendar with coffee dates, walks and with friends and anything to keep my mind busy. Instead, I'm just sitting at home with my thoughts, analysing every little symptom and wondering if this transfer has worked. It's crazy how much IVF has taken over my life. Every decision I make, every plan I have, every conversation, it somehow comes back to having a baby. I don't even recognize myself sometimes. I miss the version of me who didn't measure life in cycles, transfers and 2-week waits. I really hope one day I read back while holding my baby and remember that all of this was worth it.
And that was the one. You were pregnant there.
Yeah.
Isn't it wild that you don't know how close you can be?
Yeah. And I think that's what I learned by going back and reading all of this and finding all the posts and trying to put it all together.
Oh,
look at us two. We're a hot mess.
We are a mess today. I love that you have all of these and they're so detailed.
Yeah. And
they're so detailed. You talk about everything.
I just talk about my feelings.
Your feelings, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's hard to go back and remember your feelings, even though it was hard, but like the inner detail of them at the time.
Because I feel like I was trying to go through posts like you did, and not many of them are in detail. A lot of my emotions were in my stories.
Yeah. Because I feel like on your page you were very lighthearted.
Yeah, yeah. My page,
emotional, but then also lighthearted and bubbly, and like you would show your personality.
It was also very
detail.
So today I'm going in for a transfer and doctor said this and I'm going to do this protocol and
this is the medication.
It wasn't very
about your inner thoughts.
My inner thoughts.
Yeah.
Whereas a lot of my talking stuff would be.
So this one is 11 months before my success. I had the failed IVF round. I went into the lab and I was hoping I was going to fall pregnant naturally after the lab. So this is what I've said. Officially 6 months of trying naturally post-laparoscopy. Next step, back to IVF. It hurts me to be having to write this post as I was hopeful we would fall natural. I honestly feel I have a better chance TTC natural as I am aware my body didn't respond well to our last IVF round, resulting in my 4 eggs collected not even making it to the morning after. Not going to lie, I am terrified of having similar results. Please let it be a fluke round. I want the chance to make some M babies. I want to be able to make it to the next stage. This is my first small goal I have for my next round, just to make it one step further. I will set a new goal from there. I can't even begin to start dreaming yet. I believe they call it defensive pessimism. And then I said, IVF, I am back. Please be kind.
Please be kind.
And this is when I met Charlie.
Yeah. And I love that it's so you in there. I'm setting a new goal.
Yes.
It's so you.
Yes, I've always been like that.
Yeah.
Set a little small goal.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, how do you feel reading all that back?
It's weird. It's weird. It's really weird because
that's all before.
I believed IVF wasn't going to work, but it was going to be my success.
Yeah.
It was. I was on the right path.
You're saying it's not going to work. I'm going to be like, it's going to happen naturally.
Yeah, because you doubt yourself a lot and you're always thinking, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? And then it's like, but it was the right step.
Yeah.
It was the right step.
It just goes to show, and we've said it so many times, like you can't not do it. But you always measure off what you've just done. So for you, you know, having that first round with zero fertilization, that would have thrown anyone, like, you know what I mean? That threw your benchmark out the window.
I wish I just went through another round straight off the back of that though, because I had that to sit with for so long, for 6 months.
Yeah, that's hard too.
So I should have just went back to do another one just to see that it was just a fluke. It wasn't just a fluke. It was just
a shit round.
It was just a shit round. It can change. And I remember the doctor saying that to me.
Yep.
Every round is different.
Yeah.
You know, this one doesn't mean your next one's going to have the same result. You just
and that's what we've said. Every round's different. Even if you keep everything the same, every round's different.
Which you're an example of that.
Yeah. So it's really hard to like put all that pressure, you know, and I felt like that's what happened for you because that was your first round. It then set the precedent and so much pressure that this isn't going to, IVF's not going to work. Why would it?
Yeah,
and I would have thought exactly the same.
Yeah. Do you have any more posts to read, or was that all of them? Oh, that was all of them.
That was all of mine.
You don't have any of the success ones or anything?
Oh, I might on my Instagram.
I'll read one while you're looking. I'll just read one I have of when I had my success. I was pregnant and I was setting up my nursery. I just took a photo of my nursery and I said, after many years today, I got the chance to change our spare room into a nursery, a dream I always hoped but didn't know would come true. I haven't been sharing too much on here. I found the first half of my pregnancy was filled with a lot of guilt. Also took me a long time to actually believe it worked and accept it was finally my turn. Did that happen to you? Did it take a long time for it to register that you were pregnant?
Yeah.
Because for the first, it took me 6 months to register for me.
I feel like, up until 20 weeks, I was sort of like not really.
And then I said, I'm thinking of everyone who was deep in the trenches, who was barely hanging on by a thread of hope, who was taking each day by day, who was burnt out by doing absolutely everything to feel like you're getting nowhere. I hope you are still doing all the little things that bring you joy. I hope you were taking a break when you need to and giving yourself all the passes you need. Love, heart, love, heart, love, heart. Wow.
I just want to see if I can find something.
Oh, my God. We're scrolling through Yaelle's Instagram and there's so many posts. You would always do the rainbow posts.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Read that one.
Okay, let's read this one. Because there was a lot. I found that the first, and funny enough, this is 21 weeks. So I was about to say the first 20 weeks of my pregnancy, I was probably a little bit negative on my feed.
You were cautious and
I
stuff.
was really scared. I was very anxious.
Yeah.
I was also bleeding and also miscarrying the second of the two. So
it was
so the posts probably aren't all that fabulous to read. But so, and as Lucy said, I had rainbows.
It's cute.
On everything. And so for this one, I called it Love. 21 weeks today and cannot be more in love with our baby girl. It's so amazing at just how much we already love you. We hope you are growing strong and healthy and cannot wait to meet you in April.
Wow.
And then all the 50,000 hashtags.
That's not a
IVF
thing anymore.
At 43, IVF over 40.
Hashtag is not a thing. That's hilarious.
Isn't it funny?
So you wrote that December 2021.
Yeah.
That's when I just read out my second last post because I had my November 2022 is when it worked for me because we were never pregnant at the same time.
No, we weren't. Yeah.
We missed out by a
the girls
year.
are 14 months apart or a bit more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I met up with you when you were pregnant with Livy and I met Charlie then.
Yeah. So
it would have been around then I met up with you.
I'm trying to think of if I have a post of meeting
because
you. I'm sure we have our post.
I met Charlie and I actually had to wait a couple of months because he said, I want to put George on Menafit.
Yes.
What is it called? Menabit.
The
men one.
The equivalent to, Elevate, but for men.
Yeah. And then I had to wait a couple of months, and then we started with him in April.
Yep.
And then I had the rounds, and then we freezal, and I went on a holiday, came back, got sick, extended, blah, 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 and then had the transfer in November. So it was pushed out a bit.
Yeah.
But wow.
I know. I'm just sitting here still scrolling thinking, shit, I've got so many more to read. I've got one on reflecting.
Maybe we need to do, you know what, maybe we should do a part 2 and we
in
can
the
pick
shower,
some other
I do
ones.
all of these, all my thinking. I guess it's because it's my me time now.
I love it.
It's so funny. But yeah, we should do some more.
Yeah. This was a kind of a hard episode to do, but good.
Yeah, I know. Look at us too. Just cried the whole way through it.
Takes us back. When was the last time we cried in an episode? It's been a while.
It's been a while.
It's been ages.
Yeah, all the journeys tear us up.
We've done a lot of doctor episodes, so we're like learning. It's different. It's educational. We're learning. It's very different. We're not talking about our emotions in our journeys.
Yeah, except for the Claire one with the counsellor. That was really special too.
Yeah, I love that episode.
But yeah, we need to get some more journeys on just so Lou can have a cry.
Yeah.
So we both can have a cry. No, just kidding.
I think that's a wrap on this week's episode. I hope you guys liked it. Let us know what you think. It's
we didn't know what to do. We just thought this could be different. And
I just think it's nice because you see people have this success and you kind of think, did they ever have these thoughts? Did they ever because I always worried, am I going to manifest it's not going to work for me because I'm being so negative? Am I going to manifest it not working?
Yep.
So I think it's like if you're having these thoughts, it's normal. It's okay.
So
I think we've both had, I think we all have these thoughts.
Yeah, we have. We've had crazy thoughts.
Yeah.
And it's so normal. You're only human. But yeah, if anything you take out of this, maybe do a diary.
Yeah. Diary entries are good.
Yeah. Something to
You do feel good, even if you do it day by day, stimming.
Yeah, see, that's what I wish I did. I wish I did it.
I do actually have it down in my cupboard there. I have an IVF thing, but it's not much. It's just how, my symptoms really.
Yeah.
And how I was feeling.
But
yeah,
cool.
I think that's a wrap,
think that is a wrap, guys.
Thank you. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks, everyone. Bye. Bye.